Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another cast for the Summer Cup 2025. I'm not alone for the semifinals. I have this couple of casters for my first ever host back in, what was it, April 2024, I think, and now they are back again. On the one hand, I have Wrestler. Hello, Wrestler.
Thank you for having me in one of your hands. That's very appreciative. I'm glad to be here.
Of course, of course. And on the other hand, Ruff.
Hello.
Hello, gentlemen, and I hope you're doing good, and also that we have some spicy matchups coming up. What do you think about
Indeed.
the semis? Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And if we have a look at the bracket here, which we hope we'll have pulled up eventually, later in the match, later in the cast, rather, we'll see OP Rice versus Carney. Both of these players having the complete opposite roast to the semifinals. OP Rice, literally a 9-0 stomp versus Hot Dog, a very dominant performance, whilst Jace Carney had to struggle in a 26 game marathon versus Aragoria, a relative newcomer to the sea, but playing really, really well. Took Jace Carney 26 games. Keep in mind, you need 9 to win. So, literally the opposite paths, but that's the second game in the first game is going to be I would say the two titles. Wouldn't you agree, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, this could be the final, couldn't it, really? Let's be honest. I mean, to be honest, even the quarterfinal between Nebula and Final Ethan could have been a final, but we've got back-to-back bangers for Nebula. He's facing against AstatineEffect, who I believe hasn't lost a competitive match in nearly a year. A long time. A long time, yeah. So it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's also an interesting story that Nebula had taken a break. I want to say like nearly a year. I would say before this tournament, maybe even more. But in jumped into the mid tournament, taking over a spot of someone who dropped out, and after taking the initial bye loss, haven't lost a single set thus far, both in the Swiss group stages and here taking out one of the favorites, Firelord Ethan 9-6, and facing off yet another tournament favorite, the almost the year undefeated AstatineEffect. I want to say if whoever wins this game is almost assuredly a favorite in the finals.
Yeah,
Whoever makes it out
yeah,
over Operetz or Jace Carney.
I would agree. Shall we look at the draft?
Oh, absolutely.
We do have a draft for this match, and the first thing I'm seeing is Nebula banning Gallery, and I am a little bit surprised. Despite that being one of Astatine's favourite venues, I think Nebula is also very strong on that venue and is known to be a Gallery fan, but deciding to wipe it off the face of the earth for this particular matchup because he doesn't want to verse Astatine on it. We have Astatine then banning Balcony. I tip my hat to you. Then Astatine doubling Ballroom, Nebula doubling Aquarium, and then banning Pub. Astatine banning High Right, singling Library. Singles from Nebula, then on Redwoods and Teien, so again some occlusion in. And then we've got Astatine singling Moderne and banning Terrace. Nebula banning Veranda, and then the decider being Infinite Courtyard, which will be spicy if we get there.
So, considering the Nebula Gallery can, yes, Nebula, I would say, is also a strong Gallery player, but if you know, so I guess this is also my drafting specialty, I guess, is if you think that there's one venue that your opponent is exceedingly good at, even if you're good at it, you might as well take it out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the Nebula picks, Aquarium, Teien, and Redwoods, there's a lot of occlusion. Giving himself, I guess the thought process behind it is giving want to give himself more spy chances
I think so, yeah.
against the Assatine sniper and feeling confident that his sniper will hold out on these venues.
Yeah, and
And
there's also the angle that Astatine is a bit of a perennial bugger when it comes to bugging the ambassador. Um, and on occlusion venues, it's almost more of like a credit sometimes, so you can give up some sort of attention on that to try and catch the spy in different ways. So I think he might be paying attention to that as well.
yeah, one final thing I had to mention is not a lot of pathing venues in terms from Nebula. I thought that he would try to lead into some venues that are more pathing centric since he's very proficient on those. But I would say only really Aquarium in terms of Nebula's picks.
I think
Redwoods and Teien.
both these
Redwoods and
guys are pretty proficient in pathing nowadays. So I probably hasn't put much of thought into that. I think they're picking the venues based on their spy win chances. I would think.
I would tend to agree with you. But with all that said, draft is always good, but eventually he'll have to get into the game, and we will start. And the AstatineEffect's double on Ballroom, and he's playing the spy side, playing as Redwoods. Are we all ready?
I am.
I presume host is ready in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Alrighty, game one, and we go immediately into statues. Interesting. Nebula not one to usually highlight for statues, so we're gonna get some free partial progress here probably, but we'll be in the memory chamber sure.
Now we're going to this. Oh, we go for the swap?
Okay. We're gonna rush first game?
It seems like it.
Not bother going for the flirt, so yeah, this is going to be a bit of a curveball for game one. Usually you would expect people to play fairly standard games to feel out their opponent in the first game, but this is a bit of a ballsy play from AstatineEffect straight off the
Yeah,
bat.
Rocker's going to take the statue. Looks like Nebula is not really looking out for it. Now he's rotating for it. Maybe not. Maybe we got away with it. Oh no, we see lowlights.
There we go. Never mind.
Yeah, okay, now we see. Okay. Oh, but the way Rocker weaved through that conversation. But interesting that we only lowlight one conversation of people and not much else.
Yeah, I think the non-highlight for the partial inspects is sort of paying off here. Although maybe we're just paying attention to the rest of the party and just making sure we're not missing anything else while we're taking the lowlights to narrow it down. But it does seem like that Nebula has narrowed it down.
Yeah, I think you're correct. He was just worried, okay, if I start immediately crazy lowlighting people that I know... But if you know that there's 2 people that could have done this, you don't need to rush lowlight everyone as we see we pick up a highlight. We don't need to rush lowlight everyone. As long as we're watching those 2 people, we can do it gradually. And as we see here, swap very much caught. You had to guess that this is a green swap. It's unlikely that you try to frame someone at this early in the game.
Yeah.
And we do even highlights. Unfortunately, the wrong SDA. It's not small, man. We do hit the flood for 100%.
Yeah, it's one of those plays like if the Spy's Rocker here, like what are they achieving really? Like framing someone for partial inspect is not something that Spy would usually do. So I think Nebula will be very hard sussing over here. Might even just shoot for this finish of inspects, to be honest.
Yeah, and but as long as you know, okay, she could have at max never mind. Nebula interrupted me mid-sentence as he had enough of Asatine's.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. Thank you. I found the word. It takes the shots. Yeah, it's just a simple. Yeah, I would say not really a mistake. You know, it's just like very calculated sniper seeing the swap, not even immediately zooming out for it, but just noticing okay that Rocker came into the statue around 10 or 15 seconds later after Red Dress did. Notices the swap, and he only has to watch 2 people, and Rocker didn't really do anything. Even that nice path after statues probably confirmed, okay, it's probably just Red Dress.
Yeah. I like the idea though. Like the first game of a set is, like I said, it's usually one you play a fairly standard game, but throwing something at the sniper immediately just gets a sense of how they are with their sort of prep and their play. So yeah, a good test for Nebula, but one that he's passed, and he'll be hopping into the spy side now as Irish.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Righty. Oh, it's bad, but we're fine.
you can something get away with missing the pad, especially early on during the time of chaos. Ambassador needs guarding, statues need memorizing, potential timers need to be watched. So, if you're ever going to do it, the start of the game is usually where you can get away with it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Good 51% on the blitz to start off with. Just eyeing up the party to seeing what's up, and it's a fairly active one. There isn't many people in conversations. It's quite a difficult one to grasp for Aston off the bat, but yeah, I'll just wait for this time of flirt.
Yeah, a lot of people at books I've noticed, and I guess maybe you would prefer more people as statues are in the books, but especially on Ballroom, the second transfer on Ballroom, especially on the green bookshelf, could be hard to get away with, since the cover is for it is unreliable to say the least.
For sure. We have requested a drink. This might be for Purloin. No, just an innocent reject. I not the ambassador, maybe for a bug. But yeah, just idling for now. It's not a typical Nebula game. He usually likes to get a move on for mission progress, but we're just chilling for now.
Yeah, but we're looking at the party. We want to go to this injection really bad, target really badly. She's sitting right there. Now we request another drink. There's a fingerprint on this drink, I think, just from the. Now we change conversations. Here's that
Taking a
two
drink.
flirt as well.
Yeah, good green rate. Taking the drink as an excuse to leave the conversation, but by doing that, we have left the conversation with the double agent in, but we might be able to hop back in there and get that done. But we need the ambassador to get rid of his drink pretty quick, because fingerprint is a mission that requires the ambassador to put his prints on things, but if he's holding a drink the whole time, it's hard to do that, so he might be looking at a briefcase angled later in this game.
Yeah, minute 10 left. By no means it's impossible, but you have a fingerprint in pocket. That will help with the pacing, but we still need a contact, and that's one thing I'm scared of. Unfortunately, the other SDA is been busy with the book almost the entire game, so even if we do contact now, only one conversation is gonna have real on us. It's not a lot of people, only 4.
Yeah. After a fairly busy start to this venue, it's sort of calmed down now. People are in conversation. Would be a good time for the contact, but we were the last person to join the conversation, so behaviourally doesn't look great, but we'll have to fire off at some point as we head into the final 30 seconds.
Yeah, we do request another drink. Duke is even rejecting here. White banana breads. As we talk during the Purloin, here's the green test. We immediately leave. Here's the briefcase. What's the reaction from AstatineEffect? Mission pending is up. And no hesitation on the shot. Immediately onto Nebula. Ties the set 1-1.
Yep. I think a good finish in the situation there for Nebula. Like the angle of missions that were sort of on to finish that game were pretty much what he did. Just good tracking on the prints from AstatineEffect and a good watch on the Purloin fade. Generally just really solid play from both, I think. Yeah, good stuff. And we are tied at 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't even need to look at the fade since the SDA took it instead of the civilian. So you just need to see if it was if it could have been only 2 there, it's either Duke or us, and we were seen grabbing a print at the drink and at the briefcase. So it makes it a relatively easy shot at the end of the game for AstatineEffect. Still 1-1, and AstatineEffect is back on the spy side playing as Tex in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Sign of a good player when they can make fairly difficult shots look easy, I think, because that I don't think was a particularly easy shot. But
yeah, but I'm a bit. Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, I've got a cheese plate though, which is one of Asatine's favourites.
It makes it look easy. Like we can put it that way.
Yeah, and there's that. Yeah.
And a flare done in less than 25 seconds for AstatineEffect. As we flirt, leave conversation, immediately go back and hit a 2 flirt. So with that flirt done, gives you a lot of extra time. Not maybe just not to rush message, but just to gather your thoughts. As we go for a purloin, I changed my mind.
Does
We're
this man ever
keeping
hit a
being
white test?
aggressive.
Yeah, he just green, green, green.
Oh no, we bump
We're
around
just
with
trying
Teal.
to. Teal's blocking us from the statues that we wanted to go rush. That's funny. This is
Purloin
gone.
happened. What's the reaction?
And the end of red.
Here's the contact.
Some lowlights, some highlights. Generally not narrowed the opponent down much, but we're sort of losing our momentum. We're just going to go straight into the statues here and finish the game off.
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
we're trying to finish the game off, and we're not one of the highlights. So this could be a very fast fishing cooldown if
Yeah.
we don't get shot here.
2 cycles.
Oh no, we free
We're
cycle!
recycling. No. No.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Though I mean, I want to say it doesn't sound as bad as it doesn't look as bad as it is, due to Nebula just zooming in immediately onto us before the shots. Just like laser snapped to us very heavily at the end there. So presumably, you had to think that there's a shot there, but
We were watching for the put down, and then we realised that Astin entered the 3rd cycle, which is illegal. And just as I was saying that Astin can't hit any white action tests at all, he hits 3 white tests on the inspects and dies for it. So apologies for the caster curse there. In retrospect, hopefully I won't have to do that anymore in the set. But we do exit this 3rd game of Ballroom into the 4th with Nebula spying as the best spy in the game, as we all know. Are you ready?
yes.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it. I have a good feeling about this one.
I thought you said that you're gonna have to flame Nebula during this entire cast. Now you're complimenting.
That'll come at some point. Don't worry about that. That's fine. Yeah, I'm biding the time. Biding my time. Anyway, into green box.
We transfer, and it's a shot. Your good feeling was misplaced, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
AstatineEffect finds the white microfilm from Nebula, and we exit Ballroom tied 2-2.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you hit a white action test on a microfilm and you get a bullet in the back of your head because your head's turning. That happens sometimes, I guess. 2-2, less is said about that, the better, and we head to Aquarium.
Yeah, so this was Nebula's spec. I guess I'm interested in how he spies this, because I've seen some definitely interesting games from Nebula Spy on this venue in particular, but it's not going to be him who's spying first. It's going to be AstatineEffect playing as Alice. Ponytail or gloves if you are someone else. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Okie dokie. Aquarium, a notoriously cheesy venue in terms of getting things done behind the shark. As Astin takes the early green test on the flirt, doesn't use the shark cover to leave. Just decides to chill for now.
Couldn't really leave to the bookshelf going to the lower green bookcase there, since there's already 3 people as we go for a bug.
Ooh. That looked like, yeah.
It wasn't behind the shark at all. This was the middle shark.
To be honest, it was very well executed because, like, the angle that we had against the sniper, it meant that the bugging arm wasn't, like, seen, but the only way you could sort of tell it was bug was because the arm wasn't swinging. So it was a very well disguised bug based on the angle that we had against the sniper, yeah.
Also, there's I think you're going to roll it, since you're so worried about bugs happening behind the shark. You almost expected that bugs will only happen behind it. Sometimes you overlook these types of bugs, and it definitely was very well executed from AstatineEffect. And mainly the fact that Nebula seemed like he wasn't expecting it. There's no reaction from the laser, and whilst that's not necessarily indicative if we have suspicion or not, it doesn't seem so from the sniper movement. We're still highlighting people, still lowlining people for pathing. It seems we gotta get away with it.
Yeah, we got away with it, but this is a venue that Nebula is comfy on, especially with the pathing and the etiquette, so there's still a long way to go, believe it or not, even though we have a bug clean. Like, usually, I mean, like back in the day, if you went to two statues and got contact and flirt, like, that's probably a win, but nowadays, with the pathing knowledge that we have, especially on this venue, that is still going to be a tough way to finish this game, so I would definitely not count out Nebula yet.
But if you're AstatineEffect, then I guess you have to assume that the bug was clean since you haven't got shot for it yet. Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably gonna go to bar.
Yeah. Gonna be a purloin, but we are highlighting for bar, I believe. Nebula is highlighting for bar on this venue instead of statues. So not necessarily a suspicion highlight, more memory, I would think.
Yeah, it does seem so. We're lowlighting people who have been to bar and at least over a minute ago.
Looking to send this soon and then go and get that flirt done. But the SC joins us, which is very nice of him. Up to 2 missions complete, just 2 to go. I would expect it probably to be this purloin send and then maybe contact as the DA
no.
trolls us.
It would have been
Rough.
Here's a fake contact though. There's. Did we send our seduction target during that? No,
we didn't.
No, it didn't.
We got time a little bit as we go back into bar for a second delegate, or maybe a fingerprint finish as the ambassador puts a print on the drink even. Sorry.
We do request a bar. Are we gonna try to frame some?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have to guess that the bug was credited.
I mean, it'll be interesting to hear what Nebula has to say. Maybe it was just we're really sure on the bug. Maybe it was something to do with the path. I don't know. One of them shots.
Take a look at that bug again. You can definitely credit it. It's I guess it's unexpected doing it at that time. Well, definitely well executed, but still. Creditable, and apparently that's all that Nebula needed. Maybe some pathing errors for Astatine that's beyond our comprehension. But anyways, Nebula finds the shot, and you're correct. Even with the bug seemingly clean, Nebula still finds the way. And he's 3-2 up.
He's
with
being
that win.
unnervingly quiet in chat, so I'm going to assume it was for the bug, and then we'll just move on. Anyway, Nebula is sorry. You ready?
Yes, in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Sometimes as a caster, you just have to assume you're right and move on.
Yeah. He'll tell us otherwise. Bug credit and some pathing. There we go. Both of them. Both things. It was both reasons we had. Anyway, Nebula
that's
will
a very busy hour. Yeah, that's a very busy hour early.
Yeah. Although luckily for Astin, it includes 2 DAs, so even though Nebula thinks it's busy, very busy, it's slightly less busy than he thinks. But
yeah, instead of going to the conversation, we're going into books here. We're gonna try to transfer during the. No, it's gonna be a high shark, so no. I was gonna say that to those two for not in the know, the shark always follows a set pattern, but it can start from 2 different locations. Could either start from the top of the venue or from the bottom. And this time it seems it started from the bottom and gone its way up. As we hit a flirt for 79%.
I'm gonna go back to bookcase. No, we're going to go with the briefcase. The wrong case. It turns out.
It is a right briefcase for us getting a mission progress. We do got caught. Oh, we go for a bug.
I want to say that was behind shark, but the shark timing is kind of difficult sometimes. to gauge, so maybe that was seen, but we're not dead yet.
Doing your sleep, like sometimes the shark is not 100% accurate due to latency between players. So what we saw, and for us casters, we saw the hand cut sticking out, but from their perspective, that could have been entirely behind shark, since it was very close.
And there's
With
innocent
that blue
putback.
bug, we're just gonna go put it back right where it belongs.
Yeah, I think with the bug in hand, assuming we're not getting the credit for it, I think this is a better play and just go for the soft tail finish. Yeah, putting it back innocently, and we need to go and grab that, maybe that fingerprint statue and do a print swap, or we go for a contact and then just a fingerprint to finish off the game.
Oh, going to that fingerprintable statue right after the I was gonna say right after the ambassador comes and does it, it's gonna be suspicious. And AstatineEffect agrees, takes the shot. The players love to interrupt us mid sentence. It's
I think
again the game is tied 3-3.
I think that bug was definitely credited, and maybe even possibly seen because of the latency. Oh no, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
either
even
way,
if I would say even if that was fully behind the shark, you have to credit it, since the you didn't see if, for example, if Sari went to the glass side, you can maybe say, oh, she didn't have time to bug, but as she walks right beside the ambassador behind shark, surely, and you know that she had briefcase because during that bug, a bug happened with the briefcase held, and she's going right to the fingerprintable statue that could be swapped with potential shark coming in. Yeah. I think that even if we don't see that bug, there is enough circumstantial evidence to make the shot there.
Yeah. I've seen in chat, yeah, the bug was seen for like 0.1 of a second, and then it was basically just a strong credit. Good enough. When you have good mission count, especially like even without the BB, if you have source on the prints, then that's a reasonable shot. And a good one at that as we head into game number 7. 3-all. Assadine Spiners. Kane, you ready?
Yep, indeed. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Alrighty. Early flirt. There we go. We'll leave. Yeah, we are. Cheese flirt. Dessert cheese.
Yeah, Assadine, sometimes I see him in replays do this, especially the last couple of games as well. If you can get away with it as well, that just buys you so much efficiency.
Yeah.
You see, some people love to like to time a flirt as well. If you can't two-flirt it, it just becomes a very big time sink.
Indeed it does. I've noticed Aston doing a lot of early statues against Nebula, which I think is smart because Nebula doesn't highlight for the statues, which means we're getting sort of free progress without getting highlight. At least it doesn't highlight partial inspects even. So yeah, I think this is smart early gameplay from Aston.
Yeah, unfortunately, we weren't quite close enough for the two-flirt. Twin stood between us and our seduction targets. So we're gonna sell with 94% as we go to yet another bar and entrance.
Grab a delegate and a highlight for that as well, and a fingerprint. Yeah, green test. Go for a soft tail game maybe.
Yeah, Asatine has been doing prints. They tried to do prints basically every spy game thus far.
Is that a fake low light? I think it was a fake low light on Asatine, but then Asatine thought it was a highlight and then shook his camera because they tried the couch bump and it looked okay from the spy side, to be honest. But
the problem is if you're doing fake highlights or lowlights, we jiggle to get sent teal, and we saw that animation break and we take the shot immediately.
yeah, I'm not
so
sure.
we didn't want to send small man. Instead, we want to send teal there. But unfortunately, that's the little, I would say, shimmy to the side was very noticeable. And what is before I was got interrupted by Nebula shot, especially when you're fake lowlighting someone, it's almost certain that you're the number one suspect during that game. You don't do that on partial suspects or like your fourth or the fifth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and little twitch over to Teal. I'm not sure the reasoning behind wanting to send to Teal instead of Smallman, but either way, caught by Nebula, good shot, and we head into game 8 as Nebula spying as Teal, person that we tried to frame last time. Are you ready?
Indeed, in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Thus far, snipers holding strong.
Yeah, it's high-level SpyParty for you. Unfortunately, it's very sniper favored. If you're at the highest level, it is. It's often a war of attrition because of how good the players are nowadays. We are going to head into a fingerprintable book because we got it just after the ambassador put it back, which is nice.
Yeah, that's very lucky for us that the ambassador slammed the book back and then went into statue. So if that statue print holds, that could be an avenue again for finishing. If no one touches that statue, even that is, and there's a good shark cover later in the game, you can even do a walk behind the shark. It looks like around a minute left. But thus far, no flirt progress. That's the one thing that is kind of worrying. But
Till
instead,
now.
oh, and we go
Oh,
behind the
hello.
shark. Yeah, here's the shark position we thought so, and we walk behind the shark to lower the cooldown, but the selection target just decides.
I love that idea, but it's so annoying with the SC just rains on our parade. That's such a cute little play though behind the shark to get the cooldown back so we can get the flirt progress and save some time. But unfortunately, Toon was like, no, none of that today. I'm running off.
Yeah, we're gonna grab the fingerprint off this bar here, so we are gonna finish Prince here.
No highlight. Which probably means the first one wasn't caught. And that is probably good news for Nebula.
Yeah, no. Again, no highlight doesn't necessarily mean that you're not suspicious. And we've seen this set already. That's even if we are not highlight, we are definitely suspicious. Oh, but never mind. We take the shot into civilian. That's like apparently jinxed it with the for saying how the sniper held. Unfortunately, just mistake a shot onto Kane. And
So we
I have to say what happened.
Let's have a look.
Is there a chaos bug opportunity for him?
I mean, kinda. But not really. I'd be surprised if he credited for that.
Yeah. Otherwise, we sit in
Oh,
conversation.
okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
it might be
maybe.
the
Yeah, go.
briefcase behind the shark, perhaps?
Uh, not. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe yeah, because yeah, he was behind the shark, and then we return it. Yeah, that could be credit. Was
Yeah,
there a
print.
print at that? Oh yeah, there's also a print at that statue that we went to. We mentioned.
Yeah.
And
So,
after that statue visit, we immediately go back to another set of statues. So that could be just missions complete.
I mean, yeah, it could be time of alert with Queen, then 2 prints, insert swap. Or print swap. I don't think we went at statues before that, so it wouldn't be an inspect finish, but either way.
Yeah, we did have inspects.
Did we?
Yeah, we did have inspects. We went to the blue bookcase statues, and then immediately after went to the back statues.
That makes it far more reasonable. I think that's not a terrible shot, honestly.
So, for example, inspects, bug, and fingerprints are all finished. And if you assume that flirt could have been done, if
A lot of
it's a
credit.
flirt.
Yeah, it could feel like a rush potentially. Yeah, reasonable, and unfortunately, a bullet on a civilian, which means 5-3 to Nebula as we head into library.
Yeah, Nebula breaks serve, as how we mentioned that the snipers get held, and unfortunately for AstatineEffect, he will have to find a spy win. For Unthought, this set has been exceedingly difficult, and library is a bit of a tougher place to find that spy win, judging how he needs five missions instead of 4. Let's see if he's up to the task playing Salmon in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
To get a spy win against any of these snipers on library, you need to have an absolutely monstrous game. It's such a difficult venue to get 5 things by a sniper, really, pretty much, especially with all the anti-tails and whatnot with the pad thing on this venue added on top. So, gonna have to rely on some green tests and some really good play. But Asstatine, one of the best spies in the competitive SpyParty at the moment, you never rule him out.
Yeah, in my own right, one of the tournaments I ran, SMC, the library was the second least likely venue for a player to get the spy when the least likely of it was, well, technically the least likely of it was balcony because there
No one
were
played it.
no one played it.
I love that. That's fantastic. What a stat.
And the people who I have played was actually Veranda, which also is not a big surprise. 5 out of 8
Yeah.
venue as well. Just and especially for the top players, they just you only need so much to be caught,
Yeah, I
and
mean, yeah.
getting away in 5 out of 8 is just exceedingly hard. In the
Indeed.
meantime, we have 80% progress on the flirt.
Yeah, it's just a slow paced game for now, but just eyeing up the party, hoping the ambassador puts down some prints, but unfortunately they're just chilling in the far left conversation and doing nothing. Unless he just walks into some statues and puts some prints in there, that's also good. Ignore me. We're just really letting the party accrue suspicion, and then we'll make our move.
Also, this I'm gonna say this may be a hard, especially hard for Asstatine to do to win the spy game. Of course, not impossible. I don't want Asstatine is definitely a very high caliber player, but with the previous games where you kind of try to rush it, as we go for a green time man and we are successful. As I was about to say, when you essentially, I would say, you try to rush a couple of times, once on Ballroom, once on Gallery, it's not Gallery, on Aquarium, you kind of failed. And on this, we get highlights? Never mind, we got brought back down.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I think if we have any ideas in transferring this book, it's going to be remembered because of that highlight.
Yeah,
Let's see how it
wondering
goes.
what's that highlight into immediate neutralizers for.
Could be for time maybe.
No, if you catch a time. Oh, we just go in for standing bug. Oh,
Yeah, we're dead. We're very dead.
Yeah.
I think.
I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think very dead.
Potentially. There is a small chance we might be dead soon. I like the idea. We were like talking, and then the laser panned over, and Nebula saw that we were talking, and then we bugged, and then started talking again. It's a nice play, just because the animation sort of looks like we're just sort of continuously talking, but the laser did definitely hang on us after it, the bug happened. So.
The unfortunately, I would say laser was laser fixated on us the entire time during that bug. When you try to do those standing bugs, you kind of semi hoping that the sniper will pan to the either side of the venue to look at other stuff, and you can get away with it during that timing. But unfortunately, we were fully on screen the entire time the bug was happening. Again, no highlight, but that hasn't stopped people from making people making the spot suspicious. As we go for a fake contact here.
Not something you usually see on library, but we are with an SEA, so unfortunately it looks like a reel for us. So we'll have to do a second one to get the mission credit. We're definitely cooking this book, and it's definitely gonna go back.
Oh, another fake contacts.
Yeah, this
And
is
the end
That
of
was
red.
right.
I think Asteen really thinks he is the top suspect, and he's just trying to sort of mind game his way to a civ shot. Never mind, ignore me. He's gonna go. No, it's not. Into okay, that was. Those are going to blue book, but we were just doing a little redirect, and then we're gonna do some time ads.
Yeah, but unfortunately now for the sniper, if you do that time at this late, the beeps that happened during it are gonna be slowed down by 2 times. So Nebula definitely knows that there's been another timeout happening. I think we're just want to say Nebula is playing with our food a little bit. We know who done it. We just know that they couldn't be done with 5 missions. So even if the Strand started that leaves it with 4.
Yeah, but goes in not dead yet, which means the mission count is clearly there. In a sense that we haven't got 5 missions in Nebula's head, so we're not shooting yet, but I think it's going to end up in a bullet, unfortunately, as we're going to head into the DA conversation for that. And the clock's hanging. Always a stressful moment as a sniper this, regardless of how sure you are who the spy is.
But I think, yeah, Nebula's watching Asatine like a hawk, and the spy ran out of time.
Good hold, to be honest. Good discipline from Nebula. Not having the mission count on anyone, just making sure that they were forced to do more to get the win. Again, like that's just a prime example of why library is so hard. Like we get almost 4 missions by the sniper, but we just need that 5th, and the 5th is often what kills you. So good stuff.
I think what killed us really is that bug. I mean, it was a good attempt. You kind of have to do aggressive stuff on library to get 5 missions past the sniper. Just unfortunate timing that Nebula was fixated onto the ambassador, and our hand was definitely visible. The animation was clear as day, and with the knowledge that you know who the spy is, you can wait it out to see. You can even mission count them just to be absolutely sure, and thus AstatineEffect even just times out.
Indeed, but it's 6-3, and the set isn't over yet. But I do think AstatineEffect needs this sniper game to stay in it still, as we have Nebula spying as Alice.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Alright, this is a free hit for Nebula, I think. Might be one of the games where he frees up himself and just tries to hit some greens, rather than playing a particularly measured game, but we'll see how it goes. We head into yellow books for a flirt.
The 5 out of 8 venues, it's very hard to play measured and win, I'd say. You kind of have to, I would say, I don't want to say throw everything against the wall, but you kind of have to do a tiny bit of unorthodox stuff or aggressive play just to get away with 5 missions.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you to an extent, and unsurprisingly, some Veranda bias is gonna come in here. But I do think you can play a measured game on Veranda if you time your missions correctly. On library, it's hard because it's sort of the cover isn't really there. But on Veranda, if you use the cover well, you can do missions in a very measured way, in my opinion.
A non-Veranda lover is apologizing for Veranda. Who would have thought? In any case, Nebula with an 85% of a flirt, and we take a book from Astatene's, we learn from AstatineEffect, we're gonna time out ourselves.
And we're gonna get that flirt finish off in a second as well. So 1 out of 5 ticked off. Party to see where the prints are, what the Ambassador and Toby are doing, so we can plan our next moves.
And Nebula hasn't really gone to statues in any of these games, I want to say. On the spy side, at least. Maybe
Yeah,
it's mixing it up early statues around here. Maybe not middle statues, because that would put them in easier to highlight, but like side statues. AstatineEffect is also doesn't seem highlighting for partial inspects here. But instead, we're going to go to books.
back to yellow books again. There might be a print here. I think they're difficult potentially. Yes, we hit it.
Yeah, but we did it. Huge.
Take it out as well.
Surely, if a third time we visit the yellow bookcase, we're going to try to transfer it this time. Is this going to be... I feel like with this setup behind the pillar, we're trying to see if we can get away slamming it into the blue bookcase, but Nebula decides against it.
Is it gonna go back in yellow? Surely not.
No.
No, it's gonna go back in. It's gonna go into green shortly, very quickly. I think.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to set it up to either slam it into a blue or green whilst hiding behind the pillar.
Yeah. Never mind.
Or we're currently in this conversation circle as well.
You can definitely tell there's some cogs that are turning, and some plans are brewing, but we're not seeing anything yet. There's been idly most of the game. Seducing one fingerprint, which is funny to me. But
Here's the bug.
ooh.
Oh, that was called by AstatineEffect. Unfortunately, I mean, I would say it's a nice attempt, but unfortunately not enough cover for it. You can see the start animation for it, and AstatineEffect watching it like a hawk. And whilst for these types of top players, a relatively easy shot.
Yeah, I like the idea, but we just need to be standing a bit further back in the conversation to make the most of Salmon's bulk as cover. But even then, it might just be caught because our idle animation requires us to have two hands at the front. But if we don't have two hands at the front, one must be somewhere else. And where else is it going to be other than bugging the ambassador? 6-4.
AstatineEffect does get that sniper event that is duly needed to keep alive in the set. It's first to 9, so there's still time to catch up, but you have wanted to do it sooner rather than later, and it's a good place to find a spy win. It's Redwoods, definitely a tricky venue. Let's see if AstatineEffect has what it takes to find that spy win. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
You mean a tricky venue? I'll see myself out. Anyway,
Someone else
51%
to make
flirt.
that.
51% flirt.
He completely dodges that one. As we highlight us, but not Alice.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's foreboding. Oh, we bugged!
Oh, yeah, we're dead. I love the idea, but we're so dead.
And the ambassador takes our spot next to the seduction target.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're dead. Okay.
Yeah, we're dead. Bowls.
That is going to be such a good bug if the ambassador enters the bar on the spy's right hand side. The fact that they pathed around meant that the arm was clear as day to the sniper. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but if the ambassador lands at the right place at the bar, that is such a clean bug and might honestly be a game-winning play. But unfortunately, for AstatineEffect, we don't get so lucky, and Nebula catches the bug and is up 7-4.
Yeah, that bug, unfortunately, I want to say as plain visible as you can get. Really, no real cover. We even some a little bit of helicopter action going on, and yeah, we just wait until we get a clear shot that we might not hit a civilian in the accidentally. And yeah, Nebula, I would say we've got to breathe a sigh of relief because this venue can be very tricky for snipers. We'll see if Nebula will be able to exude that pressure or said sniper who has a feeling the pressure even more since if he doesn't win this one, it's going to be 4 match points for Nebula. But Nebula on Blink Twin, he still needs to win this one to bring it to set match point in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Now, Wrestler, I'm getting my monocle out
Yes.
because I'm seeing Wheels as the ambassador. What an unhinged choice is this?
I think it's just I have to assume that this is just a random ambassador here.
But it's just not, though. If I know Nebula like I know Nebula, and I feel like I know Nebula fairly well, this will be a choice for a reason, and I don't know why.
I mean, we have seen some ambassador choices that are a bit unorthodox. I know that, especially Martini was love pearls as ambassador. As we have a green transfer here, looks like really behind cover here. So we got away with it clean. But as I was mentioning, Martini would routinely use pearls as the ambassador for some of the venues, definitely Aquarium and Ballroom as well. Mainly due to the fact that by his choice, as we hit a green float for 85%, it's one of the slowest walking characters, so it makes hitting the reverse drive-bys easier. Sometimes if you have the Taff, who's one of the fastest character, you can't really hit him because he moves too fast. But yeah, I'm interested what's the
Reason behind this one, yeah.
reason for Wheels.
Like the height maybe on Redwoods is kind of the bulk is lower down, and therefore because of the angle of the sniper. I don't know. I'm just saying random things, but it's interesting nonetheless. But we do have Float Dome and half microfilm and the Green Book out and some inspect. So it's going to be a transfer microfilm game, which is fairly popular on Redwoods because you can get microfilm and statues done sort of in one. Takes some time. But that fourth mission, and whether it be a silent game or whether it's going to be a contact, we will see. But we've got only 1 minute 20 left in the clock, so we need to get a bit of a move on.
Yeah, we're gonna be hopefully finishing transfer here. We are going for inspects here. Oh, but the laser was literally right on our head. We're staring at it almost for AstatineEffect. Nebula, I don't think Vega feels he can't pull the trigger now. Yeah, we were watching it very heavily. So what's the finishing path for Nebula here? Since
yeah, Nebula definitely read the laser correctly there. We're getting absolutely stared down for that. But like, if we did the microfilm quickly at the start when we entered the green books, we might have got away with it if we hit a green test. But yeah, we're in a rough spot now. Oh, we just gulp?
Yeah, we just gulped. We're going to transfer. Whoa.
That's a play.
That's breaking all the rules though. But even if we finish transfer here, we're gonna delegate into transfer, I imagine. But 10 seconds left. Into a time ad, maybe.
Oh, contact?
No, yeah, contact.
Banana bread.
Here it is. It's pending.
Surely.
Oh, but we are zoomed in onto us. As soon as the mission countdown is gonna happen, I just have to assume that we're shot here. Here we go. Mission countdown is up.
What?
No, it is a shot onto Irish, not to us, and Nebula's reached map point.
I don't get it. It felt like we were getting absolutely stared at the whole game. Okay.
Yeah, and especially when the clock hangs, you can see us being zoomed in. They zoomed in onto us.
Yeah. Asatine saying that they missed the twin at bar and then zoomed in for the microfilm inspect credit at the end, but no beeps. So in Asatine's mind, it doesn't feel like twin is the spy because of you don't see the twin at bar. So the gulp at bar is what has saved Nebula in this game, which is not what I was expecting.
Banana bread.
Wow.
Yeah, And with that, obviously that's that's an unorthodox play that you almost would never see
Mhm.
out of a high level spy party. So you feel like you accidentally misclick by gulping instead of sipping there. But
Yeah.
that was what Nebula needed, and with
It's
that unorthodox play is we reached that point.
it's exactly why Nebula is the most annoying Spider-Verse, because his ability to read the laser is really good, and like anyone else in that game who is getting absolutely stared down for everything that they do will just get shot, and somehow Nebula finds a way to make the sniper choose someone else. It's really impressive stuff, and Assatine really has got their back against the wall now.
Yeah, the ability to do things that you shouldn't be able to do. Nebula has that in spades, and with that, he has already reached match points. He has 4 of them, and he'll have to snipe on Teien, which is not an easy task, typically, to say the least. But with the current form of Nebula Sniper, this could be game. AstatineEffect will try to prevent that, playing as sorry in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Classic Teien Sari pick. Very strong on this venue because of their excellent borg animation, and it's a small venue, very mission dense, and that suits a slow spy. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind, it's highlight immediately. Never mind.
We highlight the entire back conversation apart from Teal. So it wasn't just us.
I don't know, fam. I don't know what these highlights are for. It's kind of weird if you ask me, but sure. We'll highlight flirt.
We're gonna join our selection again for the second flirt. I don't think the cooldown is even up yet. So maybe we moved a bit early.
Nebula saying he thought he saw a no talk, which is, I have no idea if there was one or not, but either a good catch or a good phantom.
Banana bread.
A fake contact happening. That unfortunately leads to 3 lowlights. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, but I think very few reels, which could make Nebula tunnel a little bit. Or not the spy, that is.
Yeah.
But the greedy place to enter IC at center statues. Never mind, they were the briefcase. Ignore me. I thought they were picking up the right statue. They were going with the briefcase.
Banana bread.
Oh, here's another contact. Yet another lowlights happening. Oh, that's another 2. So we're down to 5 people with minute 40 left.
Yeah,
And we have half of inspect, half of flirt of hand, of contact, and contact on. And never mind.
Why? Why?
Whoa, what? Small one and Teien, like, guess so, but okay, it's bug. Smallman has a bug on Teien. Let's move on from that. Has he had a fingerprint? Doesn't seem so. He wasn't even part of the conversation with no talk. I think Nebula must have saw something behaviorally here.
I mean, we don't know if statue's done.
We don't have anything done.
I mean, bug credit, sure. Maybe a bad path, or perceived to be a bad path at the end, and wants to end the set in style, but unfortunately, it ain't the right shot, so Aston doesn't have any back into the game here.
I look at that conversation where we presumably had a no talk, and the SDA was the one talking, and Nebula just didn't notice. So that was a bit of a lucky phantom, I guess.
Yeah, but either way, sometimes rough spy games can yield wins, as we saw in the Twin Redwoods game. Nebula now spying his boots, looking to convert their second match point.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Go for a chaos bug, but as I decided they were going to path in different directions, so we ended up bugging Smallman's face instead.
Can really call it a bug when you just slap someone across the face.
mean, there's evidence to suggest that Smallman liked it 34%.
I don't think that progress happened during the slab, but we shall leave that conversation another time. Smallman
Oh.
does go to the center statues here.
Smallman, the SC Center statues. Things you like to see
White
on.
purloin test, white purloin
Okay, sure.
happening. Scratch that. Mayday, mayday. What's the...
And the end of red.
Here's
then
the
knocking
contact
Smallman out.
happening.
We have different ideas of what we like to do on Teien Spy. If I'm looking at Smallman and Center statues, I'm thinking, okay, how do I make the sniper shoot them? And then it was like, no, I'll just purloin when he's doing all that. Anyway, we're not dead yet though, which is good news for Nebula, as we pick up a dead briefcase.
Yeah, surprise. I mean, if you're looking for it, that fade was definitely visible as a white fade, but if you miss the initial part of it and you're not sure if it's a white or a green, and especially when the purloin happens this early on, as we pick up a difficult fingerprint on this blue bookcase, there's sometimes if you're not 100% sure of what fade it is, and sometimes you're not, you might as well see how the party progresses. If we go to center statues, that's very aggressive.
Good print here. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a silent game.
Yeah. But no, we don't have
One
time.
cycle. We just did a one cycle, so we kind of finished the statues.
Yeah, but you only need one flirt. And Smallman just has to come into a conversation.
2 green flirts would have won this. Where's he going?
Oh,
The
he's grabbing a
briefcase.
briefcase, yeah.
Because of course he is. Now where's he going? Nebula's trying to nod to make him come to the conversation, but no, he goes out to windows. Oh, this is on tenterhooks, isn't it? A little bit. It's a bit stressful.
Yeah, we started talking, but we're not yet shot for it. Similarly, if you're watching Boots here for flirts, and you see her talking, I wonder, but maybe this could chase in. Oh, but the
Smallman
leaves. Just tragic. We're gonna have to follow him to books. And behavior.
If we get shot for this.
Yeah, I think this looks super bad for us. No shot thus far. Mission will cool down 5 seconds. This is gonna be in the match. Let me let she can finish there, but no.
Stop for it! I don't believe it! I don't believe it! I don't
2
believe it! I don't
seconds
believe it!
left.
I don't believe it!
AstatineEffect finds
I
the
don't believe it.
correct shot.
I do not believe it.
Oh, the absolute. You see
Oh.
that the AstatineEffect did not like that shot. You can see shaking his laser aggressively right before it. Unfortunately, seduction target just didn't really want to be seduced during that game. But that is so unfortunate. And yeah, but when you chase the going to conversation to the person who immediately leaves into books, and then you chase them afterwards, that looks behaviorally so like a flirt. Almost never see an AI do it, at least behaviorally. And AstatineEffect, as much as he didn't like that shot, he takes the correct shot, and 2 match points survived. So 2 more, or we're gonna have infinite courtyards.
I'm going to say 2 things quickly before we move on to the next 2 sets of games. I'm going to say, firstly, if this is the catalyst for a comeback for AstatineEffect, wow. And secondly, Astine said in the chat that it wasn't for a flirt. It was actually because we missed the statue print, and therefore we thought Boots was finishing off prints at the blue box at the end. So unfortunately, that blue box where Smallman was had a difficult print on it in Astine's mind. So we actually got shot for prints that we already had, which is really rough if you're Nebula. So anyway,
a bit of luck is sometimes needed to win these games, and AstatineEffect, it was still definitely a very good shot to take.
Yeah,
difficult shot that he managed to find, and a bit of luck. You have to create your own luck, and AstatineEffect on the final venue of regulation playing on the spy side to try to survive, playing as Plane Twin. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I was saying that maybe Teien was a catalyst for a comeback, but then I realised that the next venue was Moderne, and it's probably going to be a sniper win. But you never know. You never know. Oh my god, this
We
bar.
need AI control. This is something that I personally don't agree with. Just like you're hoping for a good path that the sniper will lowlight you, but you've just landed into a long queue at bar. Basically, you're putting the faith of your tournament almost entirely into the hands of the AI. And I don't know you, but if I was I'd like to go out personally on my own accord. And I haven't seen this work yet against good players. We're still in AI control.
We are indeed not picked up Delegate either, so it's not going to be a Purloin, which would have been a pretty good idea on Moderne, given a bar like that can potentially induce a stiff shot later. But so I'm just try and get that good path and that low light from the sniper. But we are burning very much into the clock, and at some point you've got to bail out this idea and go and take control. But we haven't yet.
Yeah, we're just really hoping. Thus far, Nebula has been very conservative with his pathing lowlights. Only one in basically a minute 40 seconds onto Alice here. So maybe expecting that AstatineEffect could potentially do this.
Difficult briefcase. Difficult thing for a briefcase even.
Yeah, we're still gambling to. I guess we'll just see if this next pack is gonna be good, but I just have to imagine we have to bail on this plan.
That path isn't even that good. We just squish into Smallman. Thank you, AI, for not giving us what we wanted.
Is this just a sunken cost fallacy at this point?
I think so, yeah. What?
Like,
We'll
I
brought
spent
back
this
down,
time, I spent all of this time AI control. Surely I'm gonna get Lolit now. Is this gonna be trying to be a Purloin frame? Here's a
Banana
fake
bread.
contact here, and we leave.
Pretty good contact with the
I
ambassador
think we're
getting
gonna try
crowded.
to Purloin frame here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yep. Here's the
Yoink.
Purloin.
There goes the list. What's the reaction?
We get a highlight for it. I think if you're Asatine and you see that shot hasn't happened yet, it's gotta feel really rough. You're just hoping that we're gonna have to add time as well, since we wasted a lot of it early game. And if Nebula is watching this, sure. Okay, we're watching for this bug from Queen here, but here's our first floor for 34% as well. If we had any chance of finishing, it has to be a 2 floor.
Yeah, this is really rough. It's pretty much a sieve shot or bust at this point. Should we head out to Windows again for maybe a second time ad?
I have to get. Oh, we have go
Oh,
for
it's a white. Oh dear.
White. Oh dear.
Is it game set match? We're back to the same spot in conversation, which behaviorally some snipers will not
And we
like.
talk again. Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
think
doesn't like
Nebula
it.
knows. I think Nebula knows.
I think this is GG. Yes, there we go. It is.
Indeed, it is GG's for AstatineEffect, and Nebula takes down AstatineEffect 9-6. Astatine hasn't lost the set in almost a year, and Nebula showing that
Banana
he's
bread.
not rust even after almost a year-long break. What an
Indeed.
impeccable performance.
Yeah, it was a very high quality match, I think. Some good
Oh,
plays
absolutely.
from both. No mission wins, but high level mission wins are difficult. Good stuff from both players, and yeah, Nebula showing his class. Class never. Sorry, class is permanent even. And taking down one of the new hotshots in AstatineEffect at the highest level of SpyParty, and will enter the final of the Summer Cup for the third time. I think he's going for 3 out of 3, but you might have to correct me on that. But we'll see. Anyway,
He's won it in 2020. He's won it in 2023. So yeah, I think so. I don't know if he participated in 2024.
I can't remember. Anyway, we have a break, and then the second semi-final.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.